Here's another episode of Listener Viewer Mailbag. Here to answer your questions are Jenni, Byrne, and Allan, Gregg. And David Q wrote us with a very timely question. Would Mark Carney run in the by-election in York Centre caused by the recent resignation there? Jenni, how about you?
Well, my guess is he won't run there. As I said on the pod, that he was looking at running in a very safe Liberal seat like Ottawa-Vanier. York Centre is probably...
Which is where he lives.
Well, then he just moved. He up until then, he did live in London, England. So I don't think he would run in the York Centre by-election if there is one. I think that the Liberals are going to be... It's going to be very hard to fill Michael Levitt's shoes in that riding. He was a very popular local MP. It is the safest, or it's the best electorally of the 416 seats federally for the Conservatives. In 2015, we only lost it by 1,600 votes. Levitt only won it, I think, by 5,000, 6,000 votes in the last election. So my guess is Mark Carney, if there is a by-election, because they will have 6 months to call it from the time he resigns on September 1st. So we're looking at kind of early in the new year. If there is a by-election and they don't roll it into a general that they have, I do not predict that Mark Carney will run in that riding.
Yeah, there's no question if I'm a novice. There's no question if I'm a novice Liberal candidate and I've got a choice between York Centre and Ottawa-Vanier, I'm going to Ottawa-Vanier. And I also think the timing is wrong for Carney. So I agree that he's probably not going to run in this by-election. That said, if you're a Liberal, you want to run in an urban centre. Of the 60 most densely populated ridings in the last election, 2016, the Liberals won all of them. The Conservatives won 0. And again, if you look at electoral politics, I mean, we often talk about the suburbs and the 905 and how important that is. But, until the Conservative Party can start making some inroads into urban Canada, into the major metropolitan centers of Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, they're going to have a hard time winning. I remember when I was active in party politics and I worked for the Progressive Conservative Party, I used to say, when they say, how many seats are we going to win? I said, what we should really start doing is start working the other way. Say, how many seats can't we win? And that would then bring you down to what is a manageable possibility. And when your ceiling is low, and your ceiling is low if you can't win urban Canada, then you have a very, very tough time forming government.
Well, the most densely populated riding in the country is Toronto Centre, and that's Bill Morneau's seat. So maybe Carney might, maybe that will be vacant soon enough and he can run there.
Yes. First
of all, I don't like this trash talking of York Centre. I told Ken Dryden that was a safe seat for the Liberal Party, and it was until Michael Ignatieff came along.
Yeah, historically, the York region was the safest Liberal area in all of Toronto.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear any trash talking of that riding, but I don't know why he would run there. He was born in the Northwest Territories. He grew up in Edmonton, and for 20 years he's lived in Ottawa. So I don't expect him to run in Toronto. But I will say this, that if the government has no longer any confidence in its finance minister, it should not attempt to do a workaround by having an external advisor directly advising the Prime Minister on economic policy. That is a recipe for disaster. If you don't have confidence in your finance minister, replace your finance minister. And my advice to Mr. Carney would be, don't take that job until you're in Parliament. Don't take the finance minister's job and then run for Parliament, because then you're just a big target in a by-election. But I think that something's happening. I think it appears that Morneau is going to be leaving, and either Chrystia Freeland's going to get that job, or they're going to have to try to find a way to get Mark Carney into Parliament. And it won't be Toronto, I don't think. All right, David, thank you for the question. Jenni, Allan, thank you for participating in Listener Viewer Mailbag. And we'll have you back for future insights and anecdotes. Thanks for doing it.